tackle this mess today. We have the Echo 58 volt Pro attachment system. The model number's on the screen, I can't really remember, but this does accept most of the gas powered attachments. There are some that don't really work out because of the electric gas difference. This is just the line that's gonna come with the unit. This one appears to be 0.095. We do have two speeds to choose from, turtle and rabbit, and yes, those are the technical terms. We've got a full charge here, you can see. So we'll see how long this lasts. So it is a bit odd. I don't know if you can hear. Here's what the noises sound like. Here's what the engine sounds like. Well, I guess I should say motor. And it does seem like there's variable control, so we'll go small, medium, and full on the throttle. And then down here at the head, this is what it sounds like. Yeah, kind of neat. It is a touch harder to feather it than a gas because the difference between off and start, you see there's a little bit of slop here before the now it's on. So there's a little bit of slop before the engine actually takes off, which makes you know, doing real low throttle stuff a bit difficult, but maybe it's just muscle memory, and after time it'll get easier. Okay, now, contrary to what you might think, this is not a tree, it's a weed. the things I subject my yard to so I can get a good YouTube video out of it. That did it. Now when we press on this guy, so we still ding with 1/4 of a battery, but wait. Maybe I just let go of the trigger. Gotta keep going till the battery's dead. So let's do this little strip. Alright, so it did end up shutting off on its own. It must have something to do with the load that's on the engine. The system shuts it off when it's supposed to save the battery, so I don't know if I keep on, seeing if I can get it 30 seconds at a time, if that's gonna hurt the battery or not, so I'm not gonna do it any more than I have. We'll go put it back on the charger and time how long it takes to regain its first charge. As far as first thoughts, power is definitely not the issue. This thing cut through, I mean, you saw it, that was a really tough yard. I would say that would be the exception to the kind of jobs that this thing would be put through. Now another timepiece that we'll need is how long it lasts on a manicured yard, right? Because you're not going to be putting it through stuff like this every day. So if it can do 3 or 4 maintenance yards instead of 1 overgrown, that's important to know. This kind of an application, you most likely use a gas string trimmer anyways. But I tell you what, the electric doesn't lack power, that's for sure. The limiting factor on if it would make sense for you or not is the time. It's not the power. I'm going to do more videos on this so I can get some real hard data, and I'm actually going to do a series on electric for homeowners and commercial, what makes sense, what doesn't. And my initial thoughts are there will be several applications where electric does make good sense. Hey Sadie, for you lost your collar. Where's your collar? There are a couple of instances where electric could make good sense for a commercial. What are you doing, you sweet thing? Okay. But at least my initial thoughts are that electric could have some place in your commercial business. It's definitely not going to be for everyone. If you have ideas of questions that you've had when it comes to electric, either corded or battery equipment, or any thoughts on this Echo that you'd like me to answer, go ahead and leave them in the comments so I can incorporate those into the next video in this series about electric versus gas. But the purpose of this video was really just to get a first look at this machine. This is the first time I've ran it. See in the worst of conditions how it performed power-wise and time-wise, and I think we've got the data on that. But further videos will talk about if it makes sense for your business, if it makes sense for your home, is gasoline a better choice? But this was just to give you some satisfying string trimming and test those two things we talked about. Any other questions you might have, please leave them in the comments and I'll respond within 1 or 2 days. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You know what I'm going to say? I really do appreciate it.